Hello, guys. So today we'll talk about vlog number two, which is a movie from kind of a mix between Asian and American movie, which was produced in 1993, which is The Wedding Banquet. And The Wedding Banquet's primary topic is to look at the conflict that exists between a person's identity and cultural norms, particularly those related to like tradition, family, and sexuality. We have our main character, White Tong, finds himself stuck between like living up to his parents' expectations of him getting married and starting a family of his own, and also his own truth as a gay man. And the movie shows like how these contradictions between like tradition and modernity, or personal freedom and family responsibilities, and also especially like Eastern and Western like value and culture mixed together, and in the end come to a balance, like a perfect one. And this movie implies that, however complicated and requiring sacrifice, love and understanding can heal like generational and culture gaps. I will mention about this later on my own personal review after everything. So, The Wedding Banquet is a transnational movie in several ways. We can see like multicultural theme with the experience of immigrants who live in two different countries, which are our main characters, Wei Tong, and also the girls who we have to like have a fake wedding with, Wei Wei, are are shown in the film through like the blending of Taiwanese and American cultural values, also language and customs. The story of the character Wei Tong and Wei Wei shows like the life in the U.S. of as an immigrant, highlighting the broader theme of transnational identity when it talks about people who live and grow up between like different cultures and nations. And finally, I think this movie is about like the global LGBTQ representation. It presents like a cross cultural view of gay identity in both Taiwan and US, reflecting how different cultures is like to deal with these issues. And as an Asian people, I can understand how hard is it for the main character Wei Tong have to deal with this problem, like especially around the 90s. And there are some concepts in this movie I think is crucial and related to the class concept. The movie explore the theme of gender and sexuality, like the way White Tong's hidden homosexuality is shown in relation to the expectations of his traditional Taiwanese Chinese family, highlights conflict between social norms, gender, and sexuality. It highlights the generational difference in attitudes toward couples of the same sex, and questions of people about like LGBTQ couples. For example, like when Mrs. and Mr. Gao, Wei Tung parents, they always wonder like they don't know they basically based on Asian culture, they believe that when their son get grown up enough, they believe that he should be getting married a girl and then born for him a boy, and then keep they will keep like generation will keep going and going like a bridge. But like here, when they come to the US, they have to experience a whole new world with a whole new values of LGBTQ when they meet Simon, like Wei Tung's boyfriend. And furthermore, there's also like cultural imperialism factor inside this movie. Like the movie demonstrates how various culture exists in a globalized society by combining the Western culture components with a strong sense of Taiwanese tradition. The reason why I enjoy this movie because it gives me like the feeling like emotional roller coaster, but like it's in a good way. It's mixed with humor, warmth, family love, and emotional depth. All the characters are relatable, and the emotional conflicts feel very realistic, especially the pressure White Tong faced from both of his family and society. And the film put up some complex issues like identity, migrations, and sexuality in the best way they could. And so before I mention about the things that I feel for myself after watching this movie, I I learned for myself is about the love of family. When I see like Wei Tung's father, Mr. Gao, give the envelope, red envelope that's supposed to give to Wei Wei for wedding for Simon, it shows the thing that he already known that his son is gay and the relationship between the two characters. He just want to make sure that he will still have a niece or nephew to keep his generation, as well as doesn't want to make his son sad. And for the mom, when she hears about the confession of Wei Tong, she doesn't have any like, she cried, but like she reminds Wei Tong to not tell to his father because it might affect his health, and also the family stories, and to the siblings, to the relatives, and many other peoples. So she told him to keep it as a secret. And that is the feeling when like Asian parents have to deal with the LGBTQ problems, issues, which is things that they rarely seen in their culture. When I saw the scene, like two old person walk out of the airport after saying goodbye to their son, they feel very miserable, like they come to the US with so many expectations, but they have to live with disappointment. But however, like I enjoy that ending, like it show that they love their son and they accept him even though they are very sad. And there are many people say that every character have their own fault and problems in the movie, but I think any characters in this movie are relatable and miserable and no one to blame for. Like for Simon, as a boyfriend of Wei Tong, he have to look at his boyfriend. He has to look at Wei Tong to have a wedding with another girl, go to bed with another girl, drinking, kissing, every step, and he still stand through it and try to get through it. And for Wei Tong, is the hardest person who have to stand in the middle of Simon, Wei Wei, and family. He has to deal with so many things that pressure his own mind, and then I think it makes him turn around, so he feels too much pressure. And for Wei Wei, when she slept on the bed with Wei Tong and accidentally got pregnant, she fell in love with him, but she cannot change him. And I feel miserable for pity for her because she have to take care of the kids after he or she will be born, and then grow him up, and then getting like basically her pride are getting like very humiliated since she had to join a fake wedding, marry another guy, and then turn out not to be like, turn out he might deny it, but like at the end, Simon and Wei Tong and Wei Wei all accept the kids and decide to grow up together and live in the same house. So I'm quite enjoyed with that wedding, with that ending. And for me, I learned a lot from this movie about family love, about LGBTQ, and about like relationship with others people. As a Asian people, as I said, I really enjoy this movie and understand every single materials inside that one. So for me, this was a very very good movie. So that was my review for the vlog number two about the movie The Wedding Banquet in 1993. Thank you guys so much for listening. See you guys around next time.